Hey guys, welcome to Getting the Herd. My name is Joyce Bronson. I'm actually the Director of Admissions, and I'm with.
My name's Kayla McCue, and I'm the Women's Program Manager.
It's been a long time since I got to do Getting the Herd. I think it's almost been a year when I was. We used to do Women Wednesday. And it was a hoot. Excuse me, I can't talk anymore. So Kayla, we're talking today about recovery and things that's happened since we came into recovery.
Yeah,
So tell us a little bit, like what I'll tell you what, I'll start off.
there we go.
This year, I have actually I celebrated 3 years come in March, and I don't think I've came on here since then. So 3 years for me, woohoo!
Woo-woo.
How my life has changed is I've actually became a mother of a father, and I actually now that I am no longer drinking like I used to be, I can actually be present and I babysit, almost every Sunday. And this week coming up, actually we're going to go on a family vacation. So going to Myrtle Beach with my fams and stuff. And so, it just recovery had actually gave me an opportunity to reconnect with my family, a way that I haven't been able to in the past. What about you, Kayla?
So honestly, I can kind of say the same thing. It gave me a chance to connect with my family as well. My mother was an addict, and
Hmm.
so was my sister, and so was my grandma. And so I got clean 3 years ago. I did have like a little slip up in
Hmm.
between that, but when I did get clean, my mom got out of jail and she decided that she wanted to get clean too. And my sister followed right along as well. So it was kind of like a domino effect. And now today I get to have my mother and my sisters and my grandma is actually clean as well. And so like that was the really cool part for me is that I got to get my family back too, which is like it's really an odd story because I feel like you don't get to hear that much,
Hmm.
you know.
About all the generations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's pretty amazing. Like, of course, we're all working on our character defects and our behaviors.
Oh, there's character defects that you guys have? I don't see that.
It's literally it's something else, but honestly with
Hmm.
recovery and working through the steps, like I was able to work past like my resentments and all my stuff that I've had and trauma dealt with my family. So
Hmm.
I do actually get to have a mom that I can call today and like just it's amazing to have a family that I can rely on. But
And a family that's so proud of you. I remember when your mom came in. Her mom came in last week, and she has the front desk. Hi, I am Kayla McCue's mother, and I am here to see her. I said, "Okay, mom."
yeah. And that's
They're so
actually
proud.
that was actually the coolest part was
Yeah.
actually taking her around Richmond because
Hmm.
they don't actually come down this way like very much
Where
at
are they
all.
from?
So actually we're all kind of from Florida, but my grandma has lived in Lynchburg, Virginia since I was just a kid. I can remember
Hmm.
going down there for Christmases. But so it's about 2 hours, but when they do get to come down here, it's like I get to show them all my hard work.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And like that's the most amazing feeling, like that I get to show her that like I give back to women and
Yeah.
I do all this and like everywhere we go, like in the recovery community, they're like, yeah, Kayla. And she was like, before
Oh.
she left, yeah, it really touched my heart because she was like, wow, Kayla, like you're actually kind of popular down here in the recovery community. Like
Yeah.
people
You're
actually like
doing
look
it.
up to you. You're doing it. And that felt really good coming from my mom, you
That's
know?
awesome.
Yeah.
And you said that the step work, and so for those who don't know what step work means, because we're covering everyone, is that that's we do a 12-step program, which is the NA Narcotics Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous, and part of that is having a sponsor and working the steps with the sponsor. And you said step work really helped you. What step do you think helped you the most on getting past? Like when you finished, finally did it, like you're like. Phew. Like I
You
know it's hard because step four was kind of a
so
thing for me.
I was actually gonna say, like, so it took me 8 months to complete step 4.
Okay.
And it took me a long time. And I actually like was really hard on myself about it because most of my recovery so far has been step 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I just celebrated 2 years. I'm on
Hmm.
step 6 now. Um, but I will tell you, um, like when I lack in areas of my life, I pause on the step that I'm on and I go back to the step that I'm struggling with, like
Hmm.
whether it's acceptance or whether I need to go back and pray on step 5 for a while on things. So like that's what I love about my sponsorship family is that I don't have to like just do that step. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I
Yeah.
can go back and practice because it's crazy. Like, the more clean you get, the more areas of your life like it broadens, it gets better, but also with that comes more practicing of things, because
Mhm.
then you know, you're not used to having all this responsibility. You're not used to having all these areas of your life open up, and it's almost like sometimes I walk into it and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah, it gets
what's happening?
overwhelming, right? All these
Yeah.
responsibilities, but all these responsibilities is the result of your hard work that you've done.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so it's gratitude,
Mhm.
gratefulness. Like I'm so proud of myself where I'm at today. I I couldn't picture my life, honestly. Like I know it's going to get better, even
Oh
better
yeah.
than this. I know that's possible, but I can say for the first time I'm actually happy in my life
Good.
where it's at.
And even when things get hard, that's the one thing about is in recovery, we part of it is what living life on life terms, right? So
Yes.
even when stuff gets hard and we're like, oh shit, what do I do? Um, you know, I've seen you come through a couple hurdles in the past, but the great thing is that the work that you've done, it's you find your way to get over it, right? Because you've overcome a lot.
Right. You know what's weird is I never thought I would. It's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing. Like things
Mhm.
happen to me and I get upset, or this
Mhm.
happens and I might have to practice on something just a little bit, but like
Yeah.
I don't go to the
To the
ways
extreme,
that I
right?
used to go, and I'm
Yeah.
like, Kayla, you're so square.
Yeah. Just take a moment, Kayla, and then let and breathe, right?
Yeah.
I definitely feel that. I get that as well. Like in a lot of things that may happen in recovery, you get overwhelmed by the situation. Losing people that we care about that have come through the program. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, some people losing family members in the
Mhm.
program. I mean, I remember before, being around individuals when they've lost a family member, and that's really heartbreaking. But to still be able to get through that and find that we don't need to use today, like we use our really, we use our recovery network now, right?
A
Like
hundred
that,
percent.
when you feel overwhelmed and stuff, not to keep it in, right? You talk
A
about it.
100%. I'm so grateful for my recovery community and my support network. Like
Hmm.
literally anytime that I'm going through things, like I really don't have to be alone today.
Yeah.
That's the best that's probably the best part about it, because even though sometimes I'm feeling crazy, or I feel like I'm not doing good enough, or I feel like, things aren't going the way that I need them to, like it's like they always have my back.
Hmm.
And they understand, because most likely like they've been through that, or they've been through some sort of life situation similar enough to understand that, like, it's like I don't know, I heard living on life's terms early in recovery, and I was just kind
Yeah.
of like, what?
Whatever, right?
Whatever, like what does that mean?
Yeah.
And then I think last year, I think my car broke down, and like I got COVID in the same week, and I had to take off work, and my rent was due like the week after
Hmm.
that, and like that's probably the first time I ever that stuck out in my head, living life on life's terms,
Hmm.
because I was like, oh my god, like I felt like
Hmm.
punching the steering wheel, like the car, like
Yeah.
everything was just
Just falling apart at
falling
one
apart
time.
at one
Yeah.
time, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to deal with it, like cuz that's like the first major like bad, which I'm
Hmm.
I'm lucky,
Hmm.
but that was like the worst of the worst last year that had happened. And if it wasn't for my support network having my back, like don't worry, like I think they fixed the car that week. It
Hmm.
wasn't that serious. My job ended up giving me sick paid leave.
Hmm.
It all had an
It all
answer.
worked,
It
right?
all worked.
And it's crazy because, I think back in my time before I actually entered recovery, a lot of bad stuff happened and you feel so alone and you felt like there was no one you could talk to
Mm,
when there was this whole world that was there just waiting for us to come out and talk. You know what I mean? Like there
100%.
is not anything that I feel like I can't talk to my people about,
Yeah.
you know? Now, and I'm actually a person that don't really like to express my feelings and stuff like that, but people pull that stuff out of me now, and I don't like it. But it happens.
Yeah.
But it does make me feel better, and I never get to just wallow in the woe is me's.
Right.
Those don't happen anymore. I just, even though when something happens, there. What's that say? I can't see.
Matching shirts.
Oh yeah, we
Woo!
got matching shirts. Anyway, someone makes us wear them on Tuesdays. Um, but like I had a situation in a couple weeks back where it was really there it's bigger words. You too rock. Love the matching shirts. Oh, thank you, Jesse. We have strong leadership that helps us. So anyway, a couple weeks ago, I had a situation with my son, and he became really ill, and I really didn't know what to do.
Mm.
Like I was overwhelmed, but the support I got from everyone. Joyce definitely doesn't like to express her feelings. I don't. I call that. I won't say it on camera. But anyway, so I felt over. I kind of felt a thing, but everyone let me know I was not alone, and that was a big thing because like in the past, people give you that fake love, but we don't have fake love around here. Stuff
No,
is real
no,
because we
it
tell each other
is.
how it is too. So
Yeah,
that's how I
a
know it ain't
hundred
fake.
percent, 100%.
We get
Yeah.
called out on stuff. So anyway, that's great, Kayla.
No,
Kayla,
that's great.
what good stuff are you looking forward to in your recovery? What's ooh one thing we're looking forward to is Thursday,
Yes.
guys. All of McShin is doing beach Lady Beach Thursday, right?
Yes.
So we're doing a day at the beach that we're actually bringing all of our all the female participants that want to come, of course, the
Mhm.
program participants, the sober living, everyone is welcome. So
Women.
yeah, women, no men.
No men are allowed.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. My son asked if he can come. I said nope, only women. So but we're just doing, and it's all the women staff are going. It's just a good way for everyone to reconnect. I think I love it. We seem to have do this every year. This is the third year we've done it, but it was a way for the women participants. Sometimes they don't have an opportunity to meet with all the women staff, so it's a great way for us to bond and for everyone to reconnect and to actually know the other staff members that are always available to them.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm really excited about it because it's like a day off, really, but it's really not, but it
that's
is.
where she goes.
So, yeah, no, I can't wait to hang out on the beach, hang out with the girls. Like, honestly, that's one of my favorite things about my job, though, is bonding with the women. Like,
Mhm.
honestly, sometimes I get scared. I'm like, I'm not going to get so close where I wouldn't be able to hold them accountable, but like, I just love them,
Mhm.
and I just like, oh gosh, do I love them too much?
Well, no, you can't. And I feel like even if you love someone so much, you can hold them accountable.
Right.
Because I love everyone
Oh
here
no,
and
yeah.
I love the shit out y'all, but I
Yeah.
will hold someone
Oh
accountable
no.
quick.
See, 100%. That's how my sponsorship family works. If anybody doesn't know my sponsorship family, I'm not gonna put it out there or
Yeah.
anything. But um very like upfront and straight to the point, So like naturally that's just how I am, just always upfront to the point.
Yeah, yeah. It's important to be. We have a lot of comments. What do we see? Oh, Margaret, y'all are awesome. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank
You're awesome
you.
as well. Margaret actually was she used to be a house leader over in Chesterfield. I don't know if you remember. I don't think you were here at
I
the
don't
time.
think I was.
Myra says you both, I can't
She
see.
said y'all are both
I
amazing.
tried, guys. I'm getting old.
You're amazing too, Mariah.
So amazing, so awesome. And then so
Missy said, "No guys, cry face, cry face."
no
Definitely no
guys.
dudes.
Yeah,
I'm on like
definitely.
a no dude.
Yeah. Not at the
Like
beach.
really, just nowhere.
Yeah.
Please get them all out.
We welcome guys that need help to come into McShin.
Of
Just
course.
stay away from Kayla. There's a lot of male staff here to help though. um, but yeah, like I said, it's exciting, and I think that's one great thing about my recovery is to be able to be around other females who haven't had the opportunity to have a positive female person to look up to. Honestly, like in my earlier times, there wasn't a lot of strong people that female people. My mom,
I've
I
heard
love her
that.
and stuff, but it just didn't have a lot. And like when I got here, I think that was partly of the reason why I stayed. It's because it was just so many strong individuals that I met that like I wanted what they had. Because
Were you a woman's woman when you first got here?
like a what? Like
Like you know how like
I was a thug, okay? I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not no more. But I kind of was a little thug, like I kind of was on
that
the
is
street type thing,
crazy.
and yeah, right. And I only hang out with dudes and stuff. But like now, I enjoy being, I guess, woman's woman. I enjoy being a strong uh, role model for other individuals, and that's why
Right.
I really do hold my personal self accountable on a lot of things. On like maybe the way I dress, the way I try to keep myself like neat a little bit, and the way I talk to other people because I kind of look at it like, um, would this be someone I look up to? And especially
Right.
when you first come into recovery, you don't know what you're walking into.
You don't. Yeah.
I didn't know what I was walking into when I came through those doors, but um, I walked into something great, and basically a family that I didn't have before, like I didn't feel before. So recovery really does start a lot, but it's up to individuals to kind of make that step to come forward, right?
Right. 100%. It's honestly, but I know you could probably agree. it's like it's sad for the individuals that don't know that recovery is out here, right?
They
Because
may.
it's like the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
Like
You
you
know,
get your life back.
it's a whole world you don't know about.
It
I'm
really
gonna tell
is.
you guys, when I first started like trying to get sober, I had no idea what recovery was. I thought you go to detox and you're done. And then I went 4 times and I was like, okay, I'll go to detox and then after I get out, I won't first couple times I won't drink as much. Instead of drinking a case of 24 beers, I'll only drink 12. That's it. That's
Yeah.
recovery. And that didn't work.
Yeah.
And then the third time I went to detox, they're like, okay, we've already seen you, 3 times in 3 months. You want to do something different? Yeah, no, no. This time I got it. I only drink six. And that was my mindset. So the fourth time is when I finally said, you know what, let me go and do something
Yeah.
different. And that's when I went to I went to a 28-day program at a brand new center, and they like just opened up. I was literally the fifth girl that graduated from the
Oh
program.
wow.
Then no, the best thing in the world that happened to me is no one picked me up from rehab. They left me at rehab.
Damn.
No one. The rehab people, like it was there, and I was there a week after the days are up, and they're like, "Look, I don't know what you're gonna do." So they shipped me down here, and I was already gonna come to McShannon, so I ended up coming here. But when I got to McShannon is when I learned about recovery. Like
Yeah.
even though when I was in the program up there, you never learned about 12-step meetings or anything. It was just I
Mm-mm.
don't they were just teaching you techniques. But when I came here is where I really learned about what recovery is about, and it's a
Yeah.
big difference as far as the clinical version and what the peer to peer is.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I just looked up the definition
oh yeah, what is
the
it?
other day. It was actually really interesting. It had to do with like healing
Hmm.
and some other things. I don't know. I was filling out my PRS
Okay,
application and
and PRS guys for that those that don't know what that is, what is that?
it's a peer recovery
Okay,
specialist.
cool.
So I've actually already done like, my forensics peer recovery
Hmm.
specialist, like my ethics training, seeking state. Like I've done a bunch of these like
Hmm.
courses and trainings throughout recovery. It's actually just my last little one that I really probably need to get. But on there to ask like what does recovery mean to you? And like
Hmm.
recovery to me means a lot of different things, but I just wanted to see like what the real definition
Hmm.
of it was. And it was actually pretty
What
cool.
does it tell us?
Let me
Gotta
look it
look
up
it
really
up
quick.
again. Okay.
I can't remember it off the top of my head. I wish it was already on here.
It would have been a good thing to Google and have up, but it's okay. We're patient. So, what does recovery mean to me?
Yes.
Uh, Recovery means to me is that I'm going to read Heather Quarles' comment. I love you both. You have helped me so much in my recovery. Oh, that's so sweet.
Aww.
But what recovery means to me is an opportunity for change, an opportunity for something different, leaving the past behind.
Yeah.
Because for me, I can tell you a recovery Joyce is a whole big difference than a not a recovery Joyce.
I can't.
Well,
That
she
is
can't
so
find it
upsetting to
now, but
me.
it's okay.
But it does say here it's like a process of change through which individuals improve their health and wellness,
Okay.
self directed life, and strive to reach their full potential.
That sounds about right.
But
Checks
yeah,
out. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. It was really the one I read
I
yesterday
like
was
it.
pretty
I
good.
like that though,
It was
because it
pretty
really
good.
is along the lines of, just making changes, making small changes.
It really is.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get recovery right away. You got to learn it, right? I think.
I feel like people with 10 years are still learning.
Yeah. Oh, you got to. Well,
You
one thing
know?
about it, I think that we always hear is that you got to remain teachable. Like, even if you've
Yes.
been in recovery for 10 years, we still don't know all the stuff.
A
You got to be,
100%.
you got to remain teachable. I think that's in everything. I remember, and it's crazy because one thing, great thing is about recovery is like we get to work on ourselves and, we go through the steps and all of that to kind of be self aware of things. But have you ever thought that maybe everyone, even people who don't use alcohol or drugs, could go benefit from going through the steps?
So 100%. I don't want to get into all that, but I will say that you know, I was friends with somebody who wasn't
Yeah,
in recovery
yeah,
like that or like
yeah,
never had like an addiction like
yeah.
that, right? I guess they
Because there's
maintained,
people out there
but
that really don't.
yeah. And it was irritating for me just because like I would sit here be talking to them about my
Hmm.
recovery and how I'm growing and how I'm doing this. And it's like something like that they could throw in my face later on, right?
Yeah,
And it was like, but you have to work recovery. Like everybody should. And
yeah.
so long story short, he was from Lynchburg as well. But, like I just feel like everybody, I've always thought about that. Like, why do we not all work to be better people, right?
Yeah.
Because every single one of us could
benefit from
could
it, like
benefit
especially
from that.
character defects. I
Yes.
definitely know quite a few individuals that are in my life that have never been in recovery that definitely could utilize some
Yeah.
character defects help. I remember speaking with a coworker one time about a situation, and they say you got to realize that individual is not working a program like you are.
Yeah. And
Um,
I actually tell my newcomers the greatest gift that you can get right now
mhm,
is learning these things about yourself. Most people don't work on themselves like that. Like
mhm.
most of society out here are never going to realize that they have control issues. They don't have acceptance in their life, that they struggle with this, or like all maybe that they have some trauma that they haven't dealt with. And here you get this opportunity to come in here and people are going to teach you how to work through
They
this. And
do.
like that's one of the greatest gifts recovery can ever give you.
And we got to continue to work on ourselves too. And that's
I
one thing about
know.
I love about where I work here at the McCue Foundation is because they are in, my coworkers are quick to tell me, and sometimes I don't realize that maybe sometimes I may make a certain face or I may act a certain way and I'm not even noticing that I'm doing it. But
Yeah.
one thing about me though is I am teachable and I know that I have character defects that I still need to
Mhm.
work on. So when I'm actually told something, I make a conscious decision to
Decision. Mhm.
continue to work on that particular situation. I haven't got it right yet though, but I'm working on it. I still
But
am.
that's the great part is like people are
But I'm
gonna love
aware.
yeah,
Yeah, and
people are gonna love you though no matter
yeah,
what, right?
yeah.
Like that's the best part about it.
That's what I
For
say. No
me,
fake love, because
yeah,
like if we can sit there and say something that like pull to the
yeah,
side, and it's like, hey, this, it's not we're coming from a place of us just trying to dog you. It's kind of like
right.
just trying to help.
100%. I used to be that kind of person that like it was really weird. Like I was going through like it had to be after I learned what my character defects were. But then when people would call me out on it,
Hmm.
like I used to like chuckle inside because I'd be
Oh.
like, "Oh, there it is, there it is,"
Oh goodness.
and like, okay, I gotta work on that.
Yeah.
Like, but that's what I love about it, right? Is I didn't feel like bad about myself. I
Hmm.
didn't feel harmful on myself. I just thought,
That's growth, right?
yeah, that's growth.
That's absolute growth. Because in the past, we probably would have got a little attitude
Like,
about it. Like, no, she didn't
no,
say
she didn't just say that
that.
about me. But no, now today I'm like,
I got you. I've
yeah,
heard that. Checks out.
checks out.
Someone said something yesterday to me. Said, so Joyce, there goes your face again. I was like, yeah, might have. Dang it. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
work on that. I think you even told me like,
I
Joyce, you were in a
actually
mood yesterday.
I did. I actually did because, yeah, it was actually your face. I'm not just saying that. But during stand up, she was just sitting there like real serious. And I was like, oh God, I think she's in a mood today.
And I was really just focused, but I did try to change my face up because I do try to, have an approachable face and stuff. And I
Hmm.
think my serious face sometimes looks like a mean face, but I'm just, it's just me.
It's cool.
It's
It's
me.
cool.
But
I
but I
accept
definitely
it.
work on it because
Yeah.
if you think that like that as my coworker, I do work on having a pleasant, approachable face because I got people coming into me. You know
A
what I
hundred
mean?
percent. But
And if you
your
came in,
personality is so enjoyable. And
oh,
I'm not just saying that. I literally
keep talking.
I love Joyce. She's so amazing for real. She really is. She's
I
so
love
funny.
Kayla. She's just awesome too. I really like how she blends in with the girls. Like she really brings apart where a girl can look at you and say, "Wow, she's like me," and look at where she's at now. Real stuff. Like you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're
That's
you're like
sweet.
the age group that you're looking at, but you've got that personality where you're fun with them, but then you got that. All right, guys, we gotta do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I think is awesome about you.
Thank you. That
It's so
is so
awesome.
sweet.
With that, we're gonna go on break.
Yes. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Thank you.
Here at McShin, we believe in the McShin way, which is authentic recovery support service providers, people with lived experience, bringing that experience to those who need that lived experience in recovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in many things to support our mission. We believe in women empowerment.
What I love most about what we believe here at McShin is we believe in the authenticity of the peer-to-peer approach.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in giving people opportunity.
Here at McShin, we believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every person.
At the McCune Foundation, we believe in helping people reach their full potential.
Here at the McCune Foundation, we believe in multiple pathways to recovery.
Here at McCune, we believe in placing principles before personalities to help spread hope.
Here at McCune, we believe that recovery is possible and that any person seeking recovery can become a more acceptable, responsible, and productive member of society.
Here at the McCune Foundation, we believe in self-discovery.
Here at McCune, we believe in saving lives and offering second chances.
Here at McCune, we believe you can do this.
Here at McCune Foundation, we believe that we can only keep what we have by giving away, which is why we continue to help others like us seek and find recovery.
We're back. Such a dork. So, you know what? When I was watching that video, we believe in you. You know what I think is a great thing? You know, I love bringing back to you guys. And I know a lot of times people are watching us on their tablet in jail. We actually are on a lot of tablets in jail. I get calls from people like in Ohio, Georgia, Florida, all over the nation, watching us on tablets. And it's cool because at the end of this video, this commercial, it says we believe in you, and it's true. One great thing about our program that we offer here at McCune is that we give people an opportunity not only to learn about recovery, but also to learn about how to help others in recovery. So, part of what we do is at the end of every month, every last Thursday and Friday of every month, we do peer recovery coaching, which it gives people an opportunity to see, what it's like to help somebody else.
Well, that's how I started out in here.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow. Well, tell us a little bit about that, Kayla.
Not exactly through McCune,
okay,
but
still,
that's how I got into the recovery field. Is I got hired on as a peer coach, and I was literally doing groups and like peer coaching. That was my job, was just peer coaching individuals and teaching them like things about recovery, going over steps, going over groups, just like. And not even just one pathway, many pathways, and just like being there for them and like loving them. And that's where I decided I wanted to be in recovery, is when I started to see the difference like I was actually making in somebody's life. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like that was almost a high for me right there.
Yeah. And
honestly,
I think the research shows like if you give someone a tool to help another newcomer, that actually improves their chance. Like, and I think we partly talk about this a lot of times too, is that why we do what we do is not only to help the newcomer and give back what we were given, but also to help ourselves. It's kind of like a selfish job a little bit. Because,
it is.
3 years in recovery, a little bit over 3 years in recovering from myself. But I think a huge part of it is me having the opportunity to help the newcomer, and like me continue to want to be helpful and me continue to want to be a role model for someone else is actually keep helping me, where I'm at.
Yeah, honestly, without being in this field, it's taught me like a lot about myself, and it's helped me grow and mature more as a woman.
More as the person you want to be as well, right?
It's taught me like so much through it just by helping others. It sometimes teaches you a little bit right back at you. It's honestly, it's the most amazing thing ever. I'm not just being dramatic. Like it really, really is. I swear to God.
No, we've worked on that. But no, it is. It's awesome. Like it does. It continues to feed our soul, us continue to help the other individual. And I think that's really a big part of why we continue to do the peer recovery coach training that we do here. And we invite all of our program participants to actually participate in that program because we want to give them the tools, all the tools necessary to try to, help and continue on your recovery once you leave us. And I know I've actually had quite a few people, once they've gone through that particular class, express an interest in continuing with being in a recovery coach.
Yeah.
And then they have the opportunity here also, our boss, Jesse, he does the peer recovery specialist training, which is the next level up, which that field out there, guys. And this is great for you individuals that are incarcerated. Think about this, like, while you're there, work on getting the tools that you need to try to use your life experiences to help the next person. And peer recovery specialist is a new field that's out there that's actually blowing up right now. If you go online and try to look for places that are hiring, like peer recovery specialists, and the crazy thing is, in the past, when you had felonies or misdemeanors in the past, you couldn't get anything.
I know. Now they want to hire us.
Yeah,
like,
they're looking for that,
hey.
And so what we've had in the past as far as life, like altering situations, like, dang it, I got a felony now, I can't get no job. Well, you can't. You have that opportunity, but it's your opportunity to take. It's your, you got to take that opportunity to, what, I'm going to change my life. This is it. When I go, I'm going to go and change my life. But you can't change your life on your own. You got to have the support, and you got to get in with the network, right?
It's it's about getting out of your own way long enough to be able, I feel like in the beginning, like once that seed gets planted, if you get out of your way and just for enough time, it just eventually you want to start doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And it's crazy once we get out of our way, because I know when I came here, I just came here to shut people up. Like, hey, I'll come for a couple weeks and then but just coming in the environment and just like, hearing the other people speak and coming to groups and coming to meetings. By the way, guys, back in my day, when we did recovery back in my day 3 years ago here at McCue, all sober living had to be up in here for groups unless we had a job. Like every day we had meetings that we had to go to. Those Wednesdays that we go to now, oh guys, we have Wednesdays and we have like a 6 o'clock meeting. There was a 7 o'clock NA meeting that everyone in our house, in our housing, had to appear at, and we did all of that. If we tried to skip out on it, the women director would follow us home and get us. It was crazy back then, but it was great because it's actually what I needed in my part. Like that was what I needed to actually motivate me to do what I was right, which is crazy. But through that, I've actually learned what I need to do. Oh, Dixie, you remember that, don't you? They think they're tough.
It's true.
They have it tough now, right? But Dixie knows. Me and her were in the same house back then, and we literally, Jill would follow us, and I remember turning around and jumping because she was right behind me.
we could definitely go back to the old days.
Yeah.
If y'all think it's better, we can. I'm serious.
Well, I think what we do is we improve every year as well. Yeah. But I know now it's a little bit more lenient than it was in the past. But it's still effective. It still, gives people the 100%. Opportunity to do what, you like when I tell people that come in through that door, I said, look, this is your opportunity. Now you'll have every tool that you need to be successful. You may not have all that you want, but you're going to have all that you need, right? You're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be cold. You've got somewhere to live. You'll have food. You have people that's a strong community network. I mean, we got a big staff here, if not in your household. We've got great manager and house managers and assistant house managers for each house. So you have the support you need here. It's just like, once you make it here, it's up to you. That's great. Well.
Kayla, you have an identical twin that's in recovery.
I do have an identical. I have an identical twin sister, and she actually works at Roadster Recovery with the same position that I have here. So it's just.
In Roadster Recovery, where are they located?
So they're located in Lynchburg. It's the first RCO to ever be in Lynchburg. That's the only one, actually, till this day.
I didn't think I heard of any.
Yeah, they're really small. Recovery hasn't really hit there like it's hit here yet. So, honestly, that's why I moved to Richmond, because I was struggling getting clean there. But I think that it's starting to peak a little bit. It's starting to do
Um, and I've actually traveled in that area, like to the CSBs and stuff. Because a
Yeah.
lot of them tell me like we don't have anything around here.
Do you know what the funniest thing of all is John Shinhauser goes out there and
Mhm.
he's like famous out there.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Everybody knows him. And it's really funny because really like the same people that go to meetings out there are like the same few people. It's not really like, I mean, you'll see some new people come in and out, but they don't stay. I mean, it's kind of sad, but like you got those old timers out there and you got this old man out there named Brother. And like I can just remember him from the very first moment I ever got clean. Like he was just like this sweet little old man named Brother.
Mhm.
And like everybody really looks up to him out there. And it's like one of John's like old timer best friends. And I'm like, the world is so small. Like to me, I don't know why. It just tickled my heart, but it is really amazing. My sister was actually she was just actually out here not too long ago. Yeah.
Wasn't it like last week or something? I
It
could
was
have swore
I
just
think it
saw
was
her.
the week before last actually. Her and her chief operator came out here together and I got to give them a tour of McShin.
Okay.
And so that was really cool cuz I was like I walked in Jesse's, I was like this is my chief operator. Da da da. I was just like walking around and that guy was like, "Can you stop introducing me as chief operator, please?" I was like,
Yeah, really.
I was like, "My bad."
Just say COO.
COO. This is probably
Could say
COO.
it.
Yeah. It was
That's
actually
cool.
hilarious because Jesse was like, "Hey, hi, nice to meet you." And like when we walked out, he was like, "I've met that guy like 3 times, but he never remembers me." And I was like, "Oh." It was kind of funny. But
It's funny.
yeah.
They so yeah, like when I go to I travel for the different CSBs. Recently, just last month, I went to some, and it's really cool. Like when I went like all the way like Staten and places that are like over 100 miles from here. And when I go and present, they're like, "Oh yeah, we know you guys at McShin and stuff," and people get excited. Like their attitude changes and makes me like more excited about what I have when they know, who we're talking about. Don't you get a little hype though? Like when someone's like, "Oh yeah, McShin, y'all are in Richmond, or John Shinholzer's."
I know. Yeah, anytime anybody recognizes, it's a really cool feeling. That means like we're actually reaching to where we need to reach,
Absolutely.
and like our name's getting out there. We're putting a good face to the name.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Ashley Jackson says, "Hey Ashley, we love you too."
Hey Ashley Jackson. Oops, I just said your government name. I'm sorry.
She got it on there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one thing I really love about it as well is that we are well known, and as I explained is we're on tablets in jails all over the nation, and then now John and Jesse and them, they go and they teach the McShin way to different places, like all the way in Arkansas and West Virginia. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's like, but we have all these other areas that are just interested in doing things, and learning from us, which I think is awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's Hope Dealers. Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Hope Dealers. I went and played softball for
Is it
Hope
on
Dealers.
Prime still? It used to be on Prime Video as well.
I think it is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome
go
because that's the
watch
one
that.
that shows that when we were in RSW and stuff. Yeah. And what's so cool is that a couple of guys that were on the Hope Dealers, they actually come. Obviously it's real life. And
what exactly is the Hope Dealers?
Kenyatta, he's on Hope Dealers.
Yeah.
And now he's a participant here. He's at New York House. So
is it like a jail?
No, Hope Dealers is our movie. We have a movie.
You guys have a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, and it's John and Cricket going into the jails.
Yeah.
And McShin has their own pod, and it's really
cool,
it's
in Front Royal. It's RSW jail, and we have our own jail pod over there. And hey, all you guys in RSW, because you're watching, I know. So we have our own jail pod over there. Cricket goes. That's where he goes like every twice
that's
a
where
week.
Cricket's always at.
And and so anyway, Hope Dealers is our movie that was made in there. And it's kind of just showing them doing groups and people talking to other individuals. And one guy in there that was singing and stuff, when he came in and I did his intake, I was like, "Oh, you're the one that sings." So, it's
That's really
cool.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it is. It's
amazing.
awesome.
I think Diana's in it too, right?
Yeah, Diana Libra. Diana, she's our actual counselor that we have that's down there as well.
Nice.
You don't probably have you ever met Diana?
No.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
Yeah, because she doesn't come down very often. But she actually is a McCune employee and she works in our stuff.
Yeah.
strictly.
Hopefully one day I'll get to meet everybody. I feel like I have scrolled through her picture. Like I have stalked the
I'm
McCune
sure.
website
Yeah.
and of course their Facebook and some other stuff. But
goodness.
just trying to get all the facts down that I can. Well, you remember that day that we had that little gift card thingy and it was like, when was McCune founded? And I was like,
oh, you were Googling while we were playing the game?
yes, I was. 2002.
That's a cheater.
I think.
Wait, 2004?
2004. Correct me.
Yes, McCune was founded back in 2004, I believe in July of 2004.
Such a long time.
It was, and they actually came up with the idea around a campfire, which is pretty cool. So
I know.
yeah, I definitely proud to see where it's gone through all these years. And like I said, even in the last 3 years from when I was here, I came through McCune in April 2019. Just seeing the difference in how far we've grown since then is great. Like, I mean, just now we have like more employees than we've ever had before. And the great thing is that, we have a lot of PRSs, which is the jobs that I'm telling all you guys on the tablets about, real life experience individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So,
I mean, whoever thought, like, really think about this, like, whoever thought that they would give you a job position for being an addict?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can have it if you, you can get that job if you have mental health.
Yeah.
But, like, if you don't struggle,
Yeah.
I don't think you qualify to be a PRS if you don't have some kind of struggle in your life.
Well, I think it also helps with the family
experience.
members. Yeah.
It's all lived. Yeah.
It's lived experience, but I do believe family members can also sign up for like the PRs because your family member goes through it too.
Yeah, they live through that shit too.
I think they probably know firsthand.
They know firsthand.
Well,
yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's a great opportunity for those that think. I'm sorry, guys, my stuff is blowing up. It's a great opportunity for those individuals that feel like that there's no hope, and and that's what we do. That's what part of what hope dealers are, isn't it? Our hope dealers. That's part of what hope dealers do.
Yeah.
Is give you guys hope.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't for sure I thought you guys were talking about the softball team.
It's
Hope
okay.
dealers.
It is a softball team as well.
Yeah,
because
there's so many
comes
hope
from
dealers.
Yeah.
You're a hope dealer.
Yeah, 100%. I went and played for their team last Friday. Hope.
Did you? I seen it. You can't do nothing about it, but
no. But I actually was really fast, y'all. I will say, no, I made 1 home run.
Awesome.
I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the other
That's a
team was
big
like,
thing.
they were like, man, she's fast.
Yeah.
That was the only compliment I got, but I took it to her. I was like, oh, thank you so much.
It's amazing what we can do when we don't think we can do it, right?
Right,
The best thing to do is go out there and try it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, guess what, guys? So we're gonna go ahead. Can you give a closing remark? Give a hope shot.
Give a hope shot. Okay. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it.
And that's actually tying into what I was about to say by, this is your life. This is your opportunity. It's up to you to make the change and you to reach out for the individuals that are there for you. If you need help or if you know anyone that is suffering with the substance use disorder, feel free to contact us at McCune, 804-249-1845. We've always got staff available. If not, I'm always available. All right. Well, we do appreciate y'all spending your Tuesday afternoon, and I'm trying to get it to last till the time seconds up, but I don't know. How's it going, Art?
I appreciate you guys coming on here. You guys did great.
Thank you so much, Art.
We appreciate it. Bye.
Bye, guys.